Brothers and sisters, our message for tonight, as you can see, is why God cannot save the Negro. Some people say God can do anything he wants to do. But that is untrue. Because the scripture tell me God cannot lie. Scripture tell me God cannot die. And the scripture tell me that God cannot save you against your will. Because he gave you what? A free will to choose to serve, to follow. And a will to do whatever you want to do. So it's not that God is not all powerful. But God is so merciful, he has put stipulations upon himself. Is that something? We don't look at it like that sometimes. Because the Creator asks us to submit to him, but he also submits to us. You'll find that the Creator in the Old Testament was going to destroy Israel until Moses spoke to him on behalf of Israel. And the Creator said, I will not, because you ask. That's right. See, sometimes we just don't talk to the Most High. Right. But I want you to look at the pictures tonight, brothers and sisters. These are Caucasians and blackface. And as we go through this message, I want you to remember this first clip. Because these Caucasians are mocking the ones whom they call the Negro. All right? Yes, sir. So let us go into our message. Let us move into our first clip, that we may get an understanding why God cannot save the Negro. Let me get my pointer, because I'm going to need that. Y'all know the title of my book, The Condemnation of, 2 words, the goddamn nigger. The sermon that had to be written. This book covers much of what we're going to talk about tonight. Right. Because the author, being myself, is asking the Creator to condemn a group of people. All right. And the group of people he's asking the Creator to condemn is not just his people, but all people who carry that nigger mentality. Yes. All right, so we're going to move on so you understand how Negro and nigger ties in together. Let's go to our next clip. Look at the word Negro. How the white man defined it. Member of a black-skinned race of Africa. From the Spanish or Portuguese word negro, which they say is defined as black. A black, dark, sable, very dark, or a dusky person. Black is also defined in their understanding as gloomy, unlucky, bad, or wicked. So if you black, it ain't nothing good about you. Isn't that right? No, easy. And maybe that's why a lot of us are messed up, because we live off the white man's definition, but we don't want the true definition. Let's go to number 3 so we can get a better understanding of this word. The first one is the lie. This is the origin of the word negro, which is the Latin word necro. Necro, or necro as we would say, is defined as relating to death, dead or dead body, from the Latin word necros, corpse, dead tissue, or dead body. So when you call someone a Negro, you're calling them a corpse or a dead being. That's what Negro really means. Negro does not mean black at all. See, what they're doing is giving you a modern definition, but we never get the what? Real definition or the etymology of the word. I like to get the real understanding of a word. Isn't that right? So let's go to number 4 real quick. Let's read Mark 12:28 through 27. Brother Sekou, can you read that for us?
He is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living.
All right, hallelujah. What do Negro mean now? Dead or corpse. Why is it? We're going to give you many reasons why God can't save the Negro, but here's the first reason. God can't save the Negro because God is not the God of the dead. He is the God of the living. So if you are in a Negro state of mind or being or have the spirit of the Negro upon you, God can't save you.
Come on. All right. All right.
That's why the title of my book was The Condemnation. Let them die so the black man and black woman can live. Because this Negro mentality is greatly infesting the black community, the black home, and black lives.
Yes.
He's not the God of the dead.
No.
He is the God of the living. Let's go to number 5. All right, we're moving. Like I said, we're dealing a little bit.
Sorry.
Here we have, brothers and sisters, illustration of who? Our ancestors, African people. Here we are in the slave ships. Here we are in cages. We are the rulers of this planet called Earth. You see, the word Negro became associated with the word black through the African slave trade. Because in order to make the gods into slaves, they had to put us into what? A dead state of mind. So they dubbed us Negroes, dead people. The Creator said, you are gods. But it goes on to say what? Look at the gods. But you shall die as men. Why? We go over this one all the time. Because the gods decided to follow the devils. Isn't that right? We do everything that the devil does, and we put a black label on it, and we try to make it cool, or make it black, or make it hip.
Yes.
You can't make any of the devilish acts into angelic works.
No, you can't.
So this is why black became associated, or Negro became associated with black people, because even today we are still in a dead state. And now you can argue with me all you want to. Some of us are awakened, but I'm talking about us collectively as a people. If we were not dead, we would not be oppressed. If we were not dead, white people wouldn't be snatching our women and our children. If we were not a dead people, he wouldn't shoot us down in the streets, knowing he'll walk away from it. As a matter of fact, they give the devil a paid vacation.
Yes.
Every time one of them kill one of us, he gets paid leave, or she gets paid leave. Shucks, they can come in our house now like that little cracker did and kill you in your own house and say, I was in the wrong home. Isn't that right? Because we're in a dead state. The man knows we're not going to become active right now. Because we're in a Negro state of mind.
Yes.
Let's go to number 6. So God wants us saved, but not as Negroes.
Right.
Let's read Deuteronomy. You may have strolled down. Did we miss it? Keep on strolling. Like I said, we got new technology here. All right. Okay, keep on strolling.
Okay.
We got it on this somewhere. Maybe we don't. Hold on. Go back. Go back to the scripture.
Okay.
We have to read it off the phone.
All right.
Brother Sekou, can we get you to read that one on Deuteronomy? We got a little technical difficulties going on. But we can work it out. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
We're going to Deuteronomy chapter 28. We're going to read first verses 1, 2, and 15. Deuteronomy 28, verses 1, 2, and 15. Thank you, Brother Zaki. All right. Do we have it, brother? Okay. We want everyone to hear this because this is very important. We got to understand how we got in this Negro state, this Negro condition, how we developed this Negro mentality. All right? We're not there?
You said verses 1 and 2.
Verses 1, 2, and 15. Well, here we go, brother. No, that's the. We're jumping ahead of ourselves. Go ahead, brother. Verses 1, 2, and 15.
If you fully obey the Lord and carefully follow all his commands I give you today, Yahweh will set you high above all the nations on earth.
Hallelujah.
All these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Yes, sir.
However, if you do not obey Yahweh your God and do not carefully follow all his commands and decrees I am giving you today, all these curses will come on you and overtake you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, we found it. Thank you, Brother Sekou, for reading it. How did we become a dead people? The Creator told us that we had the ability and the power to bless and curse ourselves. He said, if you do this and obey my voice, meaning my commandments, my statutes, my judgments, in my plans for you, he said, all these blessings shall what? Come on you. And here's a key word, overtake. Do you know the word overtake means overpower?
Yes.
Meaning you have more blessings than you can handle. But we didn't do that. Because the gods decided to follow the devil, and now the gods are dying like men. So now we have what? Cursed ourselves. And what are the curses doing? They too are overtaking us. Black people suffer more curses than anybody in the world.
Yes.
We didn't have disease and sickness in Africa. We didn't suffer with malnutrition. We didn't suffer with poverty. We were not homeless. We were not jobless. We did not throw our elders away. We did not rape our women and molest our children. We did not kidnap anybody. As a matter of fact, our form of slavery was a form of servitude. If the one tribe defeated another tribe, and then you would be brought into slavery, but it was for a period of time. Then you went back home. This man had a form of slavery no other race of people have on the planet. The logs, ship's logs of the Middle Passage from Africa to America say he raped women, he raped girls, he raped boys, he raped men. He allowed our ancestors for 3 months to lay in one spot, except for every blue moon, they took them aboard the ship and let them move around for exercise, but they laid in their vomit, they laid in their feces, and they laid in their urine. Do you know what type of diseases came up out of this sickness? Some of them even died by choking in their own vomit because they laid in such a condition on their back for so long they could not move, weak from malnutrition and sickness, that when they went to regurgitate, it could not come up, but it went back down. This man is a beast, and y'all want to love him. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:37. Brother Sekou, can you read that for us, please, brother?
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. You will become an object of horror, ridicule, and mockery among all the nations to which the Lord sends you.
Hallelujah. Here you have the King James translation. You have an updated. Now, this is still in Deuteronomy 28. We can bless and curse ourselves.
Yeah.
We decide we want the curses. And today we still want the curses. But the Creator said, because you curse yourself, he said, this is what you will become. You will become an object of horror. Everybody scared of black man then?
Yes.
You step in the elevator. You walk down the street. You go in the store, they watching because they're scared you're going to steal something. Scripture don't lie. You will become a ridicule. Everybody mocks us. Do they not?
Yeah.
And a mockery among all the nations. Where do you go that you get respect?
Nowhere.
The China man mocking you in China, and he's in Africa today mocking you. Isn't that right? The brown Indian, darker than most of us in this room,
That's right.
come over here and disrespect and mock us. So we have really cursed ourselves. In other words, we have disobeyed the Creator so greatly that we are truly in a dead state because no one has respect for the dead. Am I right? Am I wrong? How many of y'all visit the dead on a daily basis? How many of you think of the dead on a daily basis? Very few. How many of you talk to the dead? Overall, we don't respect the ancestors. Do we?
No.
Well, if we're in a dead state and the whole world is mocking us, then who has respect for dead people?
Nobody.
No one. We've really cursed ourselves. We have to come up out of this curse. God can't save the Negro. If you want to be saved, you got to come out of that necro state. Let's go to our next clip.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right?
Am I on it?
No, that's what you just had, the pictures.
Oh.
Right here. Let's look at these pictures. This is how they put you in a dead state today. They program you by programming your mind. I don't know if you like it or not. Love and hip hop. Empire. Basketball wives. Scandal. Real wives of Atlanta, housewives of Atlanta, and they got other ones. Married to medicine. Power. You tell me. I don't look at these nigga shows.
Yeah.
I don't look at nigga TV. I don't read nigga books. But I will stop, and the wife here that bear witness, and I will watch so I can study to see what this man is programming in our mind to keep us in what? A dead state. I'm going to tell you what all these shows have in common. They're nothing but nigger shows with a lot of drama. Nothing righteous about it. Well, you know, this brother talking about power. He talking about corrupt power. Not telling you how to get an education, how to build a business, how to prosper correctly. It's all about what? What they call the street power. Because they want to keep your mind in the street. Because the street brings death. If your own kind don't kill you, he's going to kill you. He knows a trap.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's how they keep the Negro program so the Negro can die. God can't save us in this state of mind. God don't want Negroes nor niggers in the kingdom.
That's right.
No, sir.
He got rid of one nigger. If you read the Bible, he kicked Satan out. The Quran says cast him out. He don't want no niggers in the kingdom.
No.
So why would he save this type of mentality and bring it back in his kingdom?
Don't make sense.
Only to start this chaos all over again.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let's go to our next clip,
Easy,
please.
brother. Easy.
We want to break it down. We want to get an understanding, because when people talk to me and I tell them God don't love everybody and God don't save everybody, they then want to debate me.
Oh, yes, sir.
Necro, Latin. English, Negro. The southern drawl, Negro was pronounced as negro. Y'all heard them the Negroes rising up. You can look at old films and the Negro. The Negro became Negro.
Yes, sir.
Negro became nigger. That's why I told you the Negro and the nigger are the same person. This word derived from that word, which derived from this word. So I don't have no real niggers in my life.
Amen.
I don't have no real dead people around me. I try to deal with living brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters who are not horizontal, but upright. I don't go to the graveyard to get my friends.
No.
That's what we're doing. We're going to the graveyard. We're going to get dead people. I'm just trying to keep it real, nigga. What's a real nigga? Somebody tell me what a real nigga is.
Real dead. He real dead.
Real dead, ain't brother. He really dead. He ain't coming back. But this is the history right here of the word Negro and nigger, and it's very important, as you're going to see soon. Let's go to our next clip. All right, you got it?
Don't seem like it.
Let's take your time.
Okay.
Here we go. We some real niggas for life. We made, the Negro made this word famous. That's my nigga. This is the real nigga right here.
That's right. That's right. That's it.
See, we're the imitators of the nigga.
Wow.
See, God, remember the first clip? The first clip you saw a bunch of white people with what? Black face.
Blackface, yes, sir.
The message is why God cannot save the Negro. God can't save the Negro because that's the real Negro.
That's right.
And this Negro is not of God.
No.
So when you walk after that which is not of God,
Yeah.
then God count you as that which you walk after. Therefore, if you want to be amongst the Negro, God said, I'll let you die with the Negro. So God can't save no Negroes, no niggers. So in my life, there are no real niggas. I deal with real gods real goddesses, real black men, and real black women. Ain't nothing else in between.
Amen.
Let's go to number 11.
Okay.
Take your time, take your time.
It's, you know I can't do this thing.
All right, we're going to number 11. Right here. Brother Sekou, read for us 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9.
But ye are a chosen generation,
Bring
a
it on.
royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Woo.
Marvelous.
See, there are no Negroes in a chosen. It are the Jews. You're the chosen people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stop talking about the Jews, the chosen people. They stole a legacy.
Yes.
They stole your land. They stole your names. They stole your identity, your God, your religion, your spiritual belief. They stole all of this from you, and they're acting as if they are the chosen people, but you are the chosen people, a royal priesthood. That means that God made you priests and priestesses, holy men and holy women. I've never seen a holy nigger. Have you? You ever seen a holy? Meaning, you ever seen a righteous nigger?
No, sir.
Righteous niggas don't exist. It's the niggers, along with the crackers, who actually victimize you and I.
Amen.
Isn't that right?
That is true.
Black men and black, I don't believe in black on black crime.
No.
If you read the condemnation, I said black on black crime doesn't exist. It's nigger on black crime.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
Black people are being victimized by niggers, people that look like them but act like the white man.
Yes, sir. All right, all right.
You're a peculiar people. Peculiar means you're strange.
Yeah.
Out of all the people in the world, there's nobody like you.
Teach it. That's it. Teach it.
My father used to say, and this is God knows truth, he used to say, don't you know that all other races or people can get together and they can mingle, but when a black person comes in, he stands out or she stands out and nobody wants to mingle with them and talk with them? He said, because you're strange. They don't understand you.
Right.
What do you mean they don't understand? He said, because we're godly.
Teach that.
Ungodly people don't understand God.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got to understand that.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Wow.
Understood.
He created us that we should show forth the praises of him who called us out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Yes, sir. Marvelous.
We're the only ones that was called to God. No one else was. This is not racism. We're the first people on the planet.
This is true.
We're the original people. Science today and archaeology and anthropology say all people come from us. Right? Am I wrong?
That's what they say.
If everybody comes from you, then you were created from God and everybody else was made from your DNA.
Yes, sir.
He only called that which he created. He didn't call that which he made.
Teach that.
We're going to get on that. Let's go to number 12. All right. On to number 12. We getting to number 12?
Get there.
All right. Bring it right. Stop right here for a minute. Let's deal with 1 and 2.
Okay.
See, the nigger, who now made it cool to call himself a nigger. Just slang for nigger, right?
Yeah.
Still dead. The nigger said, nigger comes from the word niggers. This is an Aramaic word
Oh my goodness.
from negush, which is king, used in Ethiopia and ancient Abyssinia. This was a royal title. It had nothing to do with a nigger, or a negro, something dead. This was a royal and a holy title. Some of them said nigger with another G come from the word naga. This is an ancient African and Hindi word meaning serpent or snake. Serpent and snakes has dual roles, as most things do. It means royalty and spirituality, which is why the ancient Kemetic kings and queens wore them. You'll see a side view here. You'll see Krishna with the serpents. You see Buddha.
Sir. Come on, big
It
brother.
represents holiness and enlightenment. That's what it was. It has nothing to do with a dead being called a nigger. This word is naga. Let's move up a little bit. I really want to deal with this word Niger, like the river Niger. Some niggers said the word nigger come from Niger. This is the white man's pronunciation. If you talk to the Africans and you just study, it's properly pronounced nectar or nectar, meaning God. Because in West Africa, you will find that these brothers and sisters migrated from ancient Kemet, and the Nile River was holy to them. So they took this river and they called it the Nectar River, or the Nectar River, meaning the river of God. We got to know our history. Y'all know I'm a history book. I like to study. I don't believe in anything people tell me. I do my research. And when I do my research, as you can see, I do what? I dig. I dig into the earth until I get the truth. Because I'm tired of the white man's lies.
That's right.
And I'm tired of the dumb niggers who relate that dead mentality to our ancient African ancestors.
Yes, yes.
Let's go to our next clip, please. We got it now?
Yes, sir.
We moving along?
Yes, sir.
All right, all praises be to the Most High. Look at these words. Necrophilia, sex with the dead. Necromancy, talking with the dead as through a Ouija board or cards. Not like we did it spiritually. See, this is some witchcraft type of stuff. Necrophobia, the irrational fear of the dead. Now, you know, when I was growing up, I never met a black person that was afraid of the dead. I'm going to prove it to you. We didn't let our people die in hospitals.
That's true.
They died in the house.
They used to die in the house.
That's right.
And when I was very small, guess what?
Cancer stayed in the house.
The wake was, thank you, brother, the wake was in the house.
Yes, sir.
The funeral home brought the casket into the living room or the parlor, as they say, whichever one you had.
Yes, sir.
And the dead person was there, and the family members and friends used to walk into your house and bring food. That's where the food thing comes from.
Yes, sir.
Bring food and celebrate with you the passing and the homegoing of the loved one. We never fear the dead. These are the white man's word, because the white man is really the necro.
Sure.
Yes,
You never find a black man and black woman on any part of the planet Earth having sex with a dead body. What type of demonic spirit you got to have? Body laying up, rigor mortis in it. It's cold. Don't, excuse me, sisters. The vagina is hard now. It's not warm and moving.
No, sir. Not at all.
You might as well dig a hole in the earth.
Yeah, man.
Come on, am I right or wrong? Let's make this thing right. I like to teach, and sometimes to teach, you got to let you see things clearly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who want to have sex with a dead bitch? That's disrespecting the corpse. Let's go to number 14.
Bring it on.
We're going to... All right, all praises be to Christ. Let's read Numbers chapter 19, verse 11.
Yes, sir.
Whoever touches the dead body of any person should be unclean 7 days.
Hallelujah. This is in the Bible. But in ancient Kemet, all throughout ancient Africa, Arabia with the Moors, we had certain rituals and practices by dealing with the dead. Why? Because we're holy.
TJ.
If God don't deal with the dead, you can't deal with the dead. So only priests and priestesses and certain people were able to actually touch the dead. And after they touched the dead, well, when they take the dead, they would do a ceremonial washing of the body. Because the body was sacred. And then they themselves had to go through a ceremony of washing after dealing with the dead. See, we're not like the white man.
Not at all.
We don't play with dead stuff.
No.
We don't have sex with dead stuff. We don't eat dead stuff. Isn't that right? We even had to kill things a certain way before we can eat it. You had to prepare for its death. You just didn't kill it.
That's right.
We respected death. Only the white man on the planet doesn't respect death. Y'all know that.
That's right.
What man would hang another living being? And while he's struggling, choking to death, pull his pants down to his ankles and cut his penis off? What type of man would do that? What man would do that to women and cut off their breasts and their vagina and put it to their heads. Y'all know the cavalry did that to African and Native American women, Indian women. They cut the vaginas off, cut the breasts off, and they put the breasts on the horse's saddle and pinned the vaginas to their heads.
That's a sick man.
They cut the ears off of black men and black women and pin them like they were medallions on their chest. See, y'all don't get the real history. This is the history you got to study beyond what white people going to tell you.
Yeah.
But it's out there. You just got to search for it.
Yes.
Let's go to number 15, please. And you want me to love this beast after this beast did this to my ancestors?
Negative.
Here we are. Raise up just a little bit if you could. Just a little bit, all right? Up here we got African civilization. See, what we did, brothers and sisters, here you have what? Axum, ancient Ethiopia. Ghana, Mali, Sungay, the great Zimbabwe. We had Timbuktu, which is not up here, and many more. We built empires. Let's stroll up. What was the dead man building? Look at him. I told you he didn't come from God. He said he came from the chimpanzee that ate the monkey. Right? He even showed you, I remember being in school and saw this illustration. The evolution of man, and sitting there myself saying, I ain't bothering no monkey.
That's right.
I was a little bad boy then. I was shaking my head. Y'all know the way I say, F that. I ain't bothering no monkey.
I know you right.
He show you in movies. How you gonna get godliness out of this thing? This thing was dead. He couldn't talk. He grunted. Isn't that right? He couldn't even stand upright. But now we living in a world now where we want to make everybody a child of God. I'm trying to figure out how you make this God's child. I'm going to clear it up for you in a minute. Let's go to the next one. All right. All praises be to the Most High. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Check my time.
Yes, sir.
Look at the African structure versus the European structure. We worship a supreme being. Originally, they were a godless people. They never had a God. All of the Greek and Roman gods were borrowed from ancient Africa.
Yes, sir.
We had male-female relationships. He had man, woman, man, 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 boy, man, dog.
All right, now. That's him.
What's godly about that? We bathe on a regular. They never bathed and still to this day got poor hygiene. Y'all know why most marriages are set in June? Because in early America, the settlers didn't bathe until every June.
Yeah.
Read it and study it. That's why the women married him. That's when he would take a bath.
Her too.
And her, thank you. You know how funky them things smell?
That's what it do.
They stink anyway because they have no oil and melanin. But can you imagine getting them being, as our ancestors, being raped by one of these wild beasts who has not washed his behind, his genitalia, his underarm? He just filthy and nasty. And if you watch old movies, they will show you how they bathe. They had a little base and they do this.
That's right.
And then they took a towel. And then they walk.
Sure did. Cowboy movie.
So he's no.
You don't never see them taking their clothes off or getting in a tub.
No.
I was looking at that Bonanza. Y'all remember the old show Bonanza? The Cartwrights?
Yeah, always sweating. Yeah.
Always sweating and little Joe told horse or horse. He said, you need to bathe. And the horse said, what? What was he saying? I don't bathe. We washed and cooked our food. They ate their foods raw and bloody and doing it today. And Negroes now follow them. How you want your steak? Rare. Medium rare. Your creator said don't eat nothing with the blood in it because the life of the thing is in the blood. So if you eating a piece of steak and it's bloody and you eating that beast and the life of the beast is going into you, what will you act like? Thank you. Again, we built civilization. They were disorderly, uncivilized, and lived in caves. Why would God's people want to follow these Negroes?
Come on, bro.
But they tricky. Because now they made you the Negroes, Don't nobody call them Negroes anymore.
No.
But I'm going to show you that they really are the Negroes. Let's go to number 17.
Okay.
I'm always concerned about my time. Don't want to keep you long. Romans chapter 11, verse 11. Brother Sekou, can you read that, please?
I say then, had they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is coming to the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy.
Whoa.
English Standard Version. So I asked, did they stumble in order that they might fall? By no means. Rather, through their trespass, salvation has come to the Gentiles so as to make Israel jealous.
Paul asked the question, why did you stumble and fall? He said, through your transgression, salvation has been given to the to make Israel. Now, let's look at God. God said to his chosen people, oh, you don't want to do what I tell you to do? You want to try follow the devils? Well, follow the devils. When you fall, I'm going to let them see your blessings and get your blessings to show you what my blessings mean to you, to make you jealous to want my blessings.
Wow.
To make Israel jealous. Why would God want to make you jealous? If you got a bad child and the child's not acting right, and there's another child sitting there, and you tell the child to do this, and the child cursing you, disobeying you, disrespecting you, you're not going to give the gift to your child. You're going to tell the other child, here, take this. To show your child now what they're missing. In other words, the Gentiles now have what you're supposed to have to make you jealous and angry, because jealousy, what? Produces anger. Anger makes you act. In other words, the God said, I want you out of your stupor and your dead condition. Aren't you tired of seeing white folks blessed?
Yes.
Look up that word Gentile. It relates to the Romans.
Yes.
This word don't relate to the Africans. Stop letting people tell you we were Gentiles.
That's right.
We're holy people.
Yes.
Righteous people. It gives us the word, it originated from the word in the Quran, and you'll find it in the Bible. G-E-N or G-I-N or J-I-N-N means jinn.
Yes, sir.
Evil spirit. God said, I'm letting the Gentiles have what you have to make you jealous. Everything you see the white man with is supposed to spark an anger in you. But we're so dead and collectively as a people, we can't even get angry with the cracking name. We're asking God to bless them still. Aren't we?
Yes.
Well, pray for them. Thank you, brother. Let's go to the next clip. Amen. I'd like to see some righteous brothers. Matthew 10:5 and Romans 11:13.
Yeshua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Yes, sir.
Romans 11:13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify my office.
Watch this now. Yeshua told his disciples, don't go to the Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles?
Dogs.
The Europeans. We've learned this word. You got to look at the etymology of the word, right? The Samaritans are cousins to the Hebrews.
Yes, sir.
But the reason the Hebrews and the Samaritans didn't get along is because the Samaritans had adopted and followed the ways of the Gentiles. That's why Yeshua said, don't go to the original Negro nor the imitating
Come
Negro.
on, brother. Come on, brother.
That's what he's saying.
Yes, sir.
Now, Paul said, I speak to you Gentiles. I am the apostle. Who made him the apostle to the Gentiles? Be careful now, because things that Paul said, Yeshua didn't teach and preach. He said, stay away from them. Paul said, I'm an apostle sent to you. Listen carefully. Look at the line. I magnify my own office. Paul said, this is mine. I did this. He never said God sent me to the Gentiles. Paul said, I come to you on my own. In other words, Paul trying to save them as the Moors tried to save them and other Africans tried to save them and found out they couldn't save them. What did they do to Paul? They cut Paul's head off. You can't save these niggas. Leave that white man alone. In the end, he'll kill you.
That's right.
Because he don't know how to love.
Yes.
He doesn't have the spirit to love. We had a great prophet of love called Dr. Martin Luther King. They put a bullet in him. And all he practiced was love. His love was so pure, it was nonviolent love. Isn't that something?
Yes,
Let's go to our next clip. How you gonna love a devil like this? Romans chapter 11, verse 17. Brother say cool.
And if some of the branches be broke off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
You are the tribe of Israel.
Yes.
You are the branches. You've been broken off because we broke ourselves off. Paul said, I'm trying to what? Graft you in among them. Didn't Elijah Muhammad tell us he was a grafted man? See, we keep trying to graft him in among us to partake of our blessings. No matter what the white man does, Dalen Ruth, he killed 9 people in the church.
Yes.
Would have killed more if he didn't run out. And they had a video of the Negroes of our people. I forgive you, Lord. Jesus love you. I forgive you. May the Lord bless you. I forgive you. How do you keep forgiving the murderers of your people? How dead are we? That we keep asking for mercy upon them who keep killing us. Now let me tell you how powerful you are. The Most High said, whatsoever you ask me, I'm going to give it to you.
That's right.
So the more we ask the God to bless them, every day the dead Negroes of black people are asking God to bless the Negroes that made them Negroes. And the God is all messed up. Why? Because the God said, I'll do what I say I must do because my word can't come back to me void. Why are my children constantly asking me to bless the enemies of their own people? That's a dead people. Let's go to our next clip. God always speaks truth. He never speaks a lie. Let's read these. Just look it over. Real quick, Brother Sekou, read this real quick for us. 1 Corinthians 7:12, 7:25, and 2 Corinthians 11:17.
But to the rest I say, not Yahweh, that if any brother has a wife who is an unbeliever, and she consents to live with him, let him not send her away. 1 Corinthians 7:25. Now concerning virgins, I had no command of Yahweh, but I give an opinion, as one who by the mercy of Yahweh is trustworthy. 2 Corinthians 11:17. That which I am speaking, I am not speaking as the Lord would, but as in foolishness, in this confidence of boasting.
Hallelujah.
Paul kept telling you, Yahweh ain't sent me to say this.
Right.
I say, not Yahweh. I have commanded. I have no command of Yahweh, but I give you my opinion. You gotta be careful, Paul. He's a good brother. He was trying to do right, but we can't keep trying to do right when the Creator said, don't go there.
That's right.
I am not speaking as Yahweh would, right? But as in foolishness. He knew it's foolish to go to the Gentiles. So what keeps compelling us to try to raise the dead?
He said,
When God said, let the dead bury the dead.
Yes.
Why we keep trying to raise the dead? Let's go to the next clip. See, I got to make some of Paul's stuff visible to you because I don't teach everything Paul said.
That's right.
Brother Sekou, read that for us, brother.
Thus said Yahweh your God,
Yes, sir.
spoken by Moses, David,
Come
Elijah,
on.
Jeremiah, and all the prophets.
All the prophets said it.
John 12:49. For I had not spoken of myself, but the Father which sent me. He gave me a commandment what I should say and what I should speak.
All the prophets
yes, sir.
spoke what thus said Yahweh, or as translation in English, what thus said the Lord. Yahshua said, he gave me the commandment what I should say and what I should speak. So who gave Paul the right to say what he wanted to say? Himself.
That's right.
He was trying to help raise up a dead people, although God told him not to touch the dead. That's what preachers are doing today.
Yes. Yes.
Dr. Jackson won't do it.
That's right.
That's why the dead can't come in here. This is the service of the living God. We don't let white folks in.
No.
And if you act like a nigger, you're going out quick too. Because no dead can sit in the house of the living God. Let's go to our next clip. See, you got to understand, Paul tried. The Moors tried. Many Africans tried. But it didn't work. The ancient Kemetic people call him the Tamahu, the made white man. In the Nation of Islam, they call him Yaqub. He's the creator or the one who made the white race through a grafting process. Paul said they were grafted.
Yes, sir.
Raise up a little bit.
Yes.
Now, they tell you this is the organic being. This is a genetically modified organism. What do you mean when they say genetically modified? He was made genetically modified from this being. White people walked on all fours before black people came and showed them how to walk and stand upright. How are you going to save that which is a beast? I told you he's the negro, he's the dead person. If God can't save this,
How can we?
and God can't save it, why God can't save it? Tamahu, he was made. Yaqub, he was grafted. Science, he's genetically modified. If God didn't create it, God can't save it. Did y'all catch that? If God didn't create it, he can't save it. Because there's only one God, and God don't touch anything outside of his creation. So anything you decide, black man and woman, you want to make, God is saying, I have no hand in it. That's now your curse. You deal with it. That's what we're doing right now in this day and time. Let's go to our next clip. Let's break it down. Hold on, stop right there. Ancestry.com. I told you that they were the niggers. The necro family history. 1880 to 1920, when they start coming here to America. You can see how necro families moved over time by selecting different census years. The necro family name was found in the USA between 1880 and 1920. The most negro families were found in the USA in 1880 and in the USA in 1920. U.S. Census records and voter lists, they used census records and voter lists to see where the families with the necro surname live. Negro comes from necro. Necro is the white man's surname. Told you he's the negro, he's the nigger, and he's the nigger.
Wow.
Easy, brother.
You just follow him. That's his name.
Nice.
Let's go to our next clip. That's on Ancestry.com. Look at that.
Wow.
Census records, back it down. There are 3,000 census records available for the last name necro. Passenger lists from the ships. There are 642 immigration records available for the last name of necro. Let's go up just a little bit. There's one more on there. Draft cards. Those who join the military. There are over 1,000 military records available for the last name of necro. Negro. Negro.
Negro.
So how in the world did we get the staple of Negro when Negro is his last name? See, we got to know how to search for information. It's there, but we don't know how to dig it up. Let's go to the next clip. See, I told you that the niggers, God can't save them. So why are you trying to save them?
Come on, brother.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
That's it.
That's it?
That's the last one. I thought there was one more on there. But thank you. Now, my question is this. If this man was genetically modified from you and our DNA, meaning if God didn't create him, who made him? Black scientists in Mother Africa made him. He didn't originate in Europe. History said we made him. The Creator said destroy it. Because God knows what you know not. And God is the all-wise and the all-knowing. And God is the one who sends the prophet to foresee what God has already seen. So God said, destroy that which you made. But we refuse to destroy them. So now they have become our curse. And now they think they are mocking us, when in reality, all they're doing is mocking themselves. This nigga got to die. Don't ask God to bless a nigga. Pray for a Negro, bless a Negro. Ask God, as the scripture said, to let your enemies be your inheritance. In other words, David prayed for the blood of his enemies. Joshua prayed for the blood of his enemies. Pray for the blood of your enemies. Why God cannot save the Negro? Because God didn't make these crackers. You made them. And God is not going to save anything we made outside of the divine will of God. So therefore, this Negro is doomed. And any black person who walk with that Negro, nigger, or nigger mentality is doomed with this cracker. All praises be to the Most High. We serve the living God.